It's an NPC card. It's your own card. Okay, I got it. One more. Rob this next one. I got this. Ooh. Got it. Let's go. W. Yo, you know what? Out of my Snapchat.
So, in this video, I don't know, in this video we're gonna do a little you wanna do green? Alright. So in this video we gonna do story time. I don't know, I was at work, I was talking to my boss. My boss, he had asked me like, You know, because I always talk about, like, what I'm doing and shit. You know what I mean? He cool as shit, so I always talk about what I'm doing. And today he asked me, like, did you post a video today? And I was like, I had an excuse. And, like, that's all I could hear, like, coming out of my mouth is excuse. And I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Like, today I'm gonna make a video. Like, I ain't making no excuses. Like, so all while I'm at work today, I'm like, damn, like, what the fuck am I gonna make a video about? Like, what am I make a video about? And then I just start thinking, like I slick, you know, I got videos about boxing because I just genuinely love boxing. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know, it's therapeutic. Like, it's I don't know, it's like poetry in motion. Like, I like watching it. I like doing it myself, like hitting the bag. I like jogging. I like, you know, anything that's related to like making yourself stronger, making yourself better, because that's really what boxing is. Like, it's really all mental. And it's crazy because like thinking back on it, I've been interested in boxing ever since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know, like, going through what I went through as a kid, you know, some of the stuff that happened to me as a youth, if you ever get the chance to take and listen to my podcast, you'll know what I'm talking about. But, you know, that kind of hinder your growth. It kind of, if you naturally like an outspoken person, that could be a thing that deter that a little bit. So you may not be as outspoken. So basically, all I'm really saying is, like, I always been interested in boxing ever since I was a kid, but I'ma just say I was scared. But fear is taught. You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I know now as an adult. I had no reason to be scared of something that I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And that's something that I want to teach my kids. Like, I don't want them to be fear. If it's something that they want to do, I want them to have the confidence to at least try it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and as a youth, I was good at a lot of different things, but I lacked confidence, I'm gonna say, as a youth. You know what I mean? Going through a lot of the things that I went through as a kid, it puts you in a place of you don't want to really be seen. You know what I mean? Like, you trying to fly under the radar. You know what I mean? I still battle with a lot of that stuff still to this day, but I'm a little bit stronger now. I'm a little bit more outspoken. I'm getting closer to who I am, so it just makes it a little bit easier to, you know, be. You know what I'm saying? So basically, like, ever since the third grade, I'm gonna say the third grade, I've been interested in boxing. But before that, I'm gonna start from the very beginning, because this is like the funny part. Like, well, I can laugh about it now. I mean, it wasn't funny then, but I can laugh about it now. I was bullied, like, as a kid. Well, starting in like kindergarten, it's crazy. Like, why the fuck is kids bullying in kindergarten? But now I see it's even worse now. But I wasn't one of the kids trying to shoot up the school. Like, shit, I took my ass whoopings, you know, how they came. I was fucking 5 and 6 years old. So, I mean, I think that dude who was bullying me was in like the 3rd grade. So, I mean, like, what can you really do? You know what I mean? As a fucking kindergarten, this 3rd grader, like, every day, like, he see me, bro, he just punch me in the stomach. I'm like, bro, like, literally hard as fuck, like, punch me in the stomach. I'm like, bro, why the fuck is every day this big ass kid, like, just punch me in the stomach? Like, and not once did I think about, like, oh, I'm about to shoot up the school or anything crazy like that. Shit, like I said, like, I took my ass whooping like a man. Well, as a kid, you know, I took my ass whooping like a kid, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But yeah, like, then as I got older, I mean, I still really ain't know that like I could fight. This whole time, I always was crazy. The whole time all of this was going on, I was actually able to fight, but I was scared, or like just didn't want the attention on me. You know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of shit that's going through your mind that shouldn't be going through your mind at the age. Like I said, fear is taught, and you know, um, yeah, man, I was scared. For what reason, I don't know. I can't even put a finger on what it was or what you know it could have been. I was 5, so yeah, like after that, you know what I mean. In the 3rd grade, it was these 2 twins that used to bully me. Like they was little badass little boys in Millville. You know what I mean. Just used to do hella badass shit, just jump shit, all type of shit, just bad as fuck. Like you know what I mean. Then that's when I took to boxing. Like my mom was like, "Shit, we gonna put you in boxing." So I think that summer I had started boxing. Like I had got into it. I was really starting to like really rock with it, and you know what I mean. I started seeing people who went to my school, who was in my class, who was boxing too. And boxing really in Cincinnati, it was a big thing. Like because we got a whole bunch of legends from back in the day that boxed, and boxing always been like a big thing in the city. So at that time, I'm really liking it. I'm really getting into it, like, but it's crazy because that same summer, I think what was that, 2004, we had moved. So we had moved to Louisville, Kentucky. So that threw like everything off. Like, so boxing was done, you know what I mean? We moved to a whole nother city. It's a whole different vibe. Like, we was in the suburbs, so fighting really wasn't on my, like it really wasn't on my radar no more. I ain't really have to worry about fighting because when you out there with them type of people, that's the last thing that's on their mind is fighting. Like, I feel like it's crazy, it's deep. Like a lot of the trouble starters are a lot of like people, troublemakers are people who ain't doing so well in life or love themselves, or it's a whole bunch of things that go into why they just walk around like creating trouble. But long story short, whatever. When we moved to Louisville, that whole boxing thing, it was a wrap. Like I took on to sports. I took to football. I took to basketball. I took to other stuff, like because that's what was going on. Like that was the thing. Like people was playing sports. You know what I mean? Like everybody around, they was you either played football, you played basketball, you played soccer, you did track, whatever. So I did all of that shit. Like I played basketball, I played football, I did track, so I played every sport that you could think of except for baseball. I think baseball is probably the only one that I didn't try or really didn't get into. But yeah. So I'm gonna say like my freshman year. No. When did I get into a fight before that? I'm gonna say, no, I remember this shit. Yeah, okay. So, it's crazy because we lived in the suburbs for a little while. Then we moved to, where did we move to? This place called Rangeland in Louisville. It's in Newburgh. So that's like the hood, you know what I mean? Like that's the hood. So we moved down there, we ratchet kids from the hood anyway. So we gonna fit in, we gonna adapt wherever it is we go. You know what I mean? So we had friends out there. We was cool. We dealt with a whole bunch of people. We ain't really had no problems with nobody or nothing because we was cool. Like we wasn't no trouble starters or nothing like that, this, that, and the third. But my little brother, he was I don't know. He had I don't know, I guess it's the second child syndrome. I don't know. It's just when you get that second kid, it's just like I don't know. So my first ever fight ever getting out there in Louisville in Newburgh was really because of my little brother, honestly. Like, I don't know what his deal was. I don't know. But this dude, alright, so at this time, I'm probably like 12 years old, right? I'm 12 years old. So this dude, he like 18 at the time. Like, he 18, he a grown ass man for real. So I don't know how him and my brother got into an altercation or whatever, but long story short, him and my brother got into it. My brother whacked the nigga with a 2x4 stick, a big ass stick. I don't know why this nigga got into it with this nigga. I don't know what was said, but all I know, as soon as I hit the corner, it's like, yeah, nigga, I don't want to fight you. I want to fight your brother. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Like, man, when I say, bro, I hit the corner, it really wasn't nothing. At that point, it really wasn't nothing to really talk about. It was just, you know, put your hands up and fight. I shit you not, y'all. Like, no exaggeration. When I say, like, boys literally beat the brakes off me. I'm talking about the entire brakes. Like, try not to get kicked. But yeah, so niggas beat the entire brakes off me. I'm talking about beat a nigga up so bad that, like, I'm trying to fight back, but it's just like the punches, they coming back to back. Like, I can't even really, you feel me? But put in perspective, this nigga's 18, I'm 12 years old. There really wasn't much I really could do anyway, but, you know, shit, yeah. Boys whoop me, like, whoop my ass, for sure. And it's crazy, like, I still don't really know, like, to this day, like, what sparked that whole thing, but it's crazy because that's how a lot of my fights was too. Because I had another fight like that down there, that same hood in Newburgh. This one nigga, same situation, like my little brother. This nigga like, I don't want to fight you, like I want to fight your brother, me. You know what I mean? So I hit the corner. I really don't want to fight this nigga because he another older. I think he was probably 17, 18 too. I'm 12, 11 at the time. You know what I mean? I really, you know, don't. He way taller than me. He got reach on me. He got size on me. He got everything on me. So, but it's crazy because we fought 2 times in the same day. But the first fight, I lost. The second fight, I whooped his ass. I don't know how. I don't know what happened, but so I'm gonna let y'all know about the first part. So the first part is crazy because basically how it went is my brother was like, man, you a bitch, this and the third. And he said, nigga, if your little brother hit me, I'm rocking you. I didn't think that my brother really was gonna punch this nigga. So this nigga puts his head down to a level like where my brother is at. Man, when I say my brother cracked this nigga hard as, I'm talking about cracked this nigga like as hard as he possibly could. Whop, cracked the nigga like. So soon as the nigga like catch the punch, I swear to God, 2 seconds later, bro, I'm over there minding my business because I ain't really think that the shit was gonna happen the way it happened. The shit happened fast as fuck. So I'm over there standing like, you know what I mean? Damn, like, this nigga really just stole this nigga. Soon as he stole him, nigga, he fell a little bit, he stumbled a little bit, but soon as he stumbled, like the nigga ran over and just started piecing my shit. Like, I'm talking about left, right, up, square, you know what I mean? They coming, you hear me? So I'm falling down, this, then, the third, woo, woo, woo. Man, it's crazy. My nigga Will, I don't know where this nigga at. To this day, I don't know what's going on with it. He was an older nigga who I went to school with too. He just a cool ass nigga, he was an older nigga. And he just, I don't know, he looked out for everybody. He wasn't the type of nigga to watch a nigga get bullied. That's kind of like, I respected him for that. Like, he was always that type of nigga. I done seen him whoop niggas. I done seen him whoop niggas, like real life whoop niggas. Everybody in the hood was scared of this nigga, like, but he was cool as fuck. So he see me over there get my motherfucking head whooped. You hear me? Like, see me get my head whooped. Man, that nigga came over there. I'm talking about tearing this nigga head out. I'm talking about tearing this nigga, picked him up, slammed him, everything. I'm talking about beat the shit out of this nigga. Like. And then he was like, man, hell nah, nigga. Y'all gotta fight y'all ones. And he told me, like, he basically told me, like, nigga, hell nah, bro. Y'all gotta shoot y'all ones. Like, y'all gotta fight fair and square. So I don't know how it happened, bro. I see this nigga later on that day, or I probably a little bit later, we all walking. I guess the nigga ran after that. That's what happened. After that happened, that nigga ran. So I seen that nigga again. He's like, Will was basically telling me, like, nigga, y'all gotta get y'all ones. Like, y'all gotta get y'all ones. We end up at a motherfucking church, in a motherfucking church, church parking lot. So we square up and shit. You know they do the little chip to knock off shoulder. That nigga knocked the chip off my shoulder. Soon as he knocked the chip off my shoulder, bro, I don't know what came over me, bro. I beat the shit out of this nigga. Like, I don't even really remember what happened. I know I blacked out, but I know when I came back in, he had a cut on his eye, like, and it was bleeding, like, his shit was leaking, like. And then I guess, like, when he was on the ground, my brother had went over there and kicked him, like, while he was on the ground in his head, like, hard as shit. And then we all just took off running, but I ain't never seen that nigga again after that. So I think that's the last fight I ever lost ever after that. I had a few fights after that. I had quite a few fights after that, but now it ain't no fighting. Like, you fight a nigga, you beat a nigga up, they beat you up, whatever. Either way it go, like, niggas is shooting. Like, it ain't no more. That's why I really like boxing, because if you whoop a nigga, like, you whoop a nigga, like, it's sportsmanship in it. Like, nigga gonna talk shit, whatever, whoop, it's sportsmanship in it, though. You feel me? Like, so that's why I really like boxing, because it give me that element. Back in the day, like, shit, it was times I got my ass whooped. There was times I whooped niggas, and, you know, me and them niggas still cool to this day. You feel me? Like, nowadays you can't do that. Like, you whoop a nigga or a nigga whoop you, it ain't no more talking. It's real life smoke, like, over some shit that really, cause if you really think about it, fights really don't be over shit. It really be over emotional shit. It don't really be over nothing really worth, you feel me, like, getting down about. So I don't know, but it's crazy. I'm in my next video, I'm gonna let y'all know about another fight that I had after that. It was my freshman year. In my next video, I'll talk about that. But that shit was funny too, bro. That shit had me weak. And it's crazy because my last fight was because of my brother. But in this fight, my brother, man, when I say that nigga had my back, like, he had my motherfucking back, nigga. I guess it was because he knew, like, he got me in some shit, you feel me, a couple times. So in this particular instance, he had my back, and I can't wait to talk about that with y'all in my next video. But yeah, man, like, I'm gonna do a lot more story time videos, because my life is eventful. Like, y'all probably gonna hear about it, music, all type of shit, but everything I talk about is real, man. Ain't got no time to be perfect. It's a whole bunch of people that get on here and lie, or get on here and talk about what other people doing. Like, I'm not one of those type people that's clout chasing. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have those views. Y'all can do, y'all got that. Like, that's y'all feel. Me is, like I said, it's about me and what I'm doing, what I'm going through. Like, I'm steady progressing in life. I'm steady moving up and steady doing things. And I want to be able to share that with people, because, like, when I'm in mode, Like, I'm focused, you feel me? Like, I'm moving. So I try to, you know, get to a point to where I'm able to just share the journey or the process with y'all, because every day is a different day, you know what I mean? And it's good to get shit on wax, you know what I mean? Be able to look back and be able to reflect and be like, damn, like, that's where I was at, you feel me? Like, especially when you get to where you planned on that you was going, you feel me? So shit, until next time, man, peace.